Stop crying about being single and bitchless. And I get the irony here since it's coming from me, since I am the most simp, ashik, lover, single person. But yes, I think today's episode I'm going to channel my Taylor Swift slash the Wizard Liz energy, and I'm going to tell you why you should also stop crying about being single. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie called The Duff. And if you don't know, Duff means designated ugly fat friend. In school, in college, I've always felt like the Duff because guys would not come and talk to me. Anyway, in school, I was single as fuck and I did try to date someone for 2 months. Clearly, that did not go well. And I think when I consider my serious relationships, a school relationship should never be serious because instead of trying to figure out algebra, you are trying to figure out someone's emotional baggage. So school is a really, I mean, according to me right now that I've gone through phases of situationships and relationships, if there are relationships that I would like to consider as proper relationships, I think there would be just two, one in school and one very recently. For the longest time since these relationships ended, I would always look for my rebound or next talking stage or next situationship. I would really feel sad and ugly if a guy would not reply to my message, or if he would ghost me, or if he would start seeing someone else. Of course, that stems from having no self-respect and the need to have constant validation in life. Situationships, the most used word on the internet today. But before situationships were even cool, there were school relationships. There were relationships that hardly lasted for 2 months. And I was one of those people who probably just dated because it was cool to be with a senior, or it was cool to be with the captain of the football team. But yeah, I was one of those people who was dying to just be with a guy so that my friends would think I'm a cool person. And I'm sure all of us have gone through that one phase where we just wanted to hang out with someone by the canteen, where we wanted to receive a lot of roses and chocolates during the Valentine's week. But yeah, I think all my life, now that I look back at my love life, it has always been jumping from one guy to another, whether it was someone in school, which lasted for 2 months, or someone I dated in college, which lasted for 9 months. But all my relationships have always been, ठीक है, एक नहीं मिला तो कोई बात नहीं, let me start talking to someone else. Or if I'm not able to find someone new, let me just get back in touch with this guy I liked from 11th grade. So all my life has constantly revolved around men. And this even lasted in Bombay. So when I moved to Bombay, I had recently broken up with someone, and clearly living alone in Bombay wasn't making the situation any better. So like a normal person with the least amount of self-respect, I jumped onto dating apps. And that is how my love life has taken a huge hit. But apart from that, I did find a couple of men. The relationship wasn't there. I think it was just me who was casually simping on them. But later, I assumed that stepping into a situationship or stepping into just a hookup would be a cool thing and I would be able to keep it casual. But as a big Shah Rukh Khan fan, I can't keep anything casual. Nothing can just be a hookup or a situationship for me. So clearly, I got feelings. And number one rule of hooking up or being in a situationship: never ever get attached. Never get feelings for someone you're just casually seeing, because then if you're in a relationship, then probably they don't think they're in a relationship with you. It's always one-sided, which I didn't know back then. But yeah, I did get feelings for some guys and it was messy. It was really bad. And in that whole phase, I was just constantly thinking about this person. I was waiting for their replies. I was waiting for their calls. I was hoping they would ask me out for a second date. And even though I went into that situationship with the mindset of keeping it casual, but I was still expecting princess treatment. I mean, I thought, okay, why wouldn't this guy get me flowers? I know I kept my expectations super high, but I think that's where I went really wrong, because I wanted something dreamy, fairy tale-y, Bollywoody, but they didn't. Yeah, that's when I realized that things are going wrong. And during that phase, I remember my entire life, my content just revolved around boys. And that's when I realized, okay, maybe it's time to actually move out of this whole circle. So I enrolled myself in Kathak classes. I took acting classes. I went to the gym very religiously, not because I wanted to get hot, but I also wanted to get stronger, and I wanted to distract myself. That was one of the reasons why I was so, and I still am so consistent at gym. Relationships and boys were still a very big part of my life, and a lot of my life decisions have just been based out of movies, dreams, intuitions, gut feelings. But I think as I'm growing older, I'm also learning to trust my gut feelings and my body more with a lot of situation, whether it's just someone I'm hooking up with or someone I'm talking to. You know, your body sometimes just tells you something. And as women, we have a very strong intuition. And I think this whole phase of my life, which I don't know what to call it right now, but at least this is growing my intuition to another level. So until very recently, I had a very bad dream, which actually formed the core of this podcast. And I wanted to address it properly because I wish somebody would have told me something like this earlier when I was in a relationship or when I was struggling to find my exit. Weirdly, in this dream, I was stuck with one of my exes and I felt unsafe. And usually, as a woman, whenever you're with a man, you feel safe, you feel protected, more than happy. I think for me, it was all about feeling safe in a relationship. I felt like something wrong is going to happen. And I won't disclose it much because I think that'll be TMI. But yeah, I just did not feel happy and I felt like I'm caged and I was dying to just get out of that place. Imagine me dying to get out of Hogwarts. But I woke up feeling like I'm very exhausted and I just wanted to cry out loud. So I called my mom. I told her I'm not feeling well and I had this dream. And my mom knows everything about my love life. I mean, itna to kuch hai bhi nahi batane ke liye, but she knows. And she's quite okay with how I'm feeling or how I was feeling in that relationship. And I'm very glad to have that kind of a relationship with her. But we spoke about it, we addressed it, and after that call, I realized maybe that entire Hogwarts place or that castle was probably a physical manifestation of my relationship with that person. And I remember feeling trapped, caged, unsafe in the last few months of that relationship. And at that point, when I was in that relationship, I was dying to be single. I was dying to just be free. I really wanted to come out of that relationship. And I was praying to God that I just hope he only leaves me because it was very hard for me to leave this person. Of course, I spoke about it in therapy. My therapist told me a lot of therapist terms, which I don't think so I'm qualified enough to educate people on. But if you are stuck in a trauma-bonded relationship, please talk to a professional therapist about it. Please talk to someone with experience about it because it's not healthy. At least it wasn't for me. And it took me a good 3-4 months to actually come out of that relationship. So after this dream, I realized that I was crying about being single, and being single was something I desperately wanted while being stuck in that relationship. Even though it meant spending all my Friday nights alone watching Tismar Khan, but at least I wasn't trapped with someone where I wasn't completely myself, I wasn't completely safe, happy. And for some reason, I felt like whenever I was with that person, I was just away from my family, which now that I look back at it, I don't really enjoy that. So yeah, I think a lot of my realization came through that one bad dream. So always trust your dreams, always trust your gut feelings. Sometimes your intuitions only can tell you a lot about a situation that probably watching a lot of YouTube videos or listening to a podcast also won't. You don't necessarily have to be single. I mean, of course, you can be in something casual or in a situationship with someone who's cute. But I have genuinely felt these reasons, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, you feel free. You are not dependent on someone else's mood. I remember in almost every relationship, my mood was easily affected by my partner's mood. If they were sad, I had to pretend to be sad just so that I can support the vibes of the entire relationship. But yeah, I think a partner's mood, a partner's energy can really affect your energy. Number two, you can actually invest that time in yourself. And I don't mean to be a preacher. I think it's coming off as a preacher, but trust me, I think ever since, and not just about relationships, ever since I've stopped investing my time and energy in thinking of replies to send to a boy, or replying to their stories, or posting thirst traps for them, I think I've started investing a lot of time in just myself, and more specifically my content, because my writing is my superpower. So now I don't mint content out of my relationships or situationships. I actually sit with my thoughts. I actually sit with what I'm watching on TV, and that's how I form my content. I'm focusing more on my writing. But still, I'm actually quite happy with how my life is going decently right now. There might come a day where I might just open my app store and have a sudden urge to install a dating app again. And back then I'll have to come back to this podcast and be like, shit, hypocrite. But at least now I'm quite happy with how life is going. And don't get me wrong, okay? I love. Like, I'm a very corny person at heart. I love watching all the Bollywood edits, all the cute YRF production edits. I love all the chiffon sari songs. But now I'm investing and redirecting all that love towards myself. For some reason, that love is going to all the right people. Like, I gossip with my cousins. I talk to all my mommies and buas and nannies on weekends. And it's so wholesome. It feels like, wow, I think I'm doing something right in my life. And the best part, I am not taking shit from anyone else. And I know it sounds very casual, light, but trust me, when you stop taking shit from other people, you are not some poop, but you are the shit. That's a very deep note, by the way. And sometimes I used to feel really sad about the fact that, okay, there are no messages, or there are no cute snaps or DMs, or there's no one who actually cares about me now. But that's also the best part. There's no one to dictate my life, and I feel that's the worst kind of control, As someone whose parents are liberal, my parents have never put that kind of pressure and control that sometimes a man or a partner has done in the past. So I'm quite happy with how life is turning out to be like. And just imagine the possibilities. You can try new food types, you can try art, you can try pottery, you can do hot yoga, you can do Pilates, you can do anyone in your gym also. If you know, you know. But being single has been amazing, at least for now. Instead of desperately waiting for the love of your life, just enjoy. Instead of looking at it as waiting and longing for someone, maybe just enjoy this period and think about it, how on a random Wednesday you might just bump into the love of your life. Until then, please enjoy your time being single, because you never know, I might one day randomly pop up in your dreams and you might manifest me in your lives, which I hope you are. That's why please go and follow this on all audio platforms or wherever you are listening this to. If you're watching this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at the risk of sounding extremely desperate, and go follow me on Instagram if you're not already. I'm cooler and more depressed there. Okay, bye.